What's going on, everybody? Jared, RedRacer video. Hey, before we get into it, like and subscribe if you like what you see here today. But now that I got that out of the way, backed by popular demand, and I am as surprised as anybody at this, 2019 Chevrolet Camaro refresh talk. I made a quick video the other day. I went live because I wanted to get when it was fairly hot and everybody was talking about it. But man, there's just a lot of talk about it. A lot of which is negative and the looks aren't good. But you know, I start digging a little deeper and start seeing some of the facts and what this car is really about. I think people are sleeping on this car a little bit. For one, I don't hate the looks. Yes, there's some images, and yeah, some of the lineup isn't as attractive. I had somebody point out that it's a little too rounded and it lost a lot of the edge of the looks, and I agree with that. And the more I've looked at it, you know, I have some more observations kind of on how the looks of it worked out. But it has also just got a lot of cool stuff. 10-speed automatic in the SS. If you get the automatic, it's a 10-speed. It's got line lock. That car is going to be stupid fast again. It's going to outrun the Mustang again. Just with boom, fix it, it's over with. Then they're also going to put the the four-cylinder into the 1LE, which is a good idea. That's a car that is going to be, you know, a lot of track stuff and a lot of throwing the car around and a lot of stuff where the weight advantage could help. And that four-cylinder engine gives you big weight advantage. So that's actually smart. You know, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that happens. They're getting the cool little camera in the rearview mirror. My wife's car's got that. It sounds dumb, but man, that's a cool thing to have. Just, there's a lot of cool stuff that's making this car relevant again. A lot of people are sleeping on that side of it. So yeah, the SS version with the whole blacked out middle, does it kind of look like some other stuff, like maybe a Lexus and one of the Chargers with the blacked out middle bumper and stuff? Sure, but you can't not design a car because it maybe resembles another car that's out there. You'd never design anything again. Cars get made. I mean, things are gonna happen. People are seeing other designing cues. You would avoid every design you ever drew if you tried to make sure it never looked like anything else. So that argument I don't like. You know, the car looks good, and does it give me, the guy with a 2016 to a 2018, a reason to jump? No, but you guys got to remember, just a week ago before the Camaro got revealed, and you know, even a couple days ago before the Camaro got revealed, all everybody would talk about was how the Camaro wasn't selling. Two things I'll say about that. One, I don't care. They're smart about it, and the cars, they knew it had to change. They weren't selling a ton of them. Everybody knew that month after month, and there was a couple of months where they led sales, but most of the time they got their butt kicked. Everybody was talking about the car not selling. Chevy needed to do something radical. What you see on the pictures and what you see out there, good or bad, it's radical, and that's kind of what they needed. They needed a little bit of a radical departure, I feel like, from the 6th gens behind me. You know, they didn't want to go big wing trunks and big carbon fiber hoods and, you know, all those kind of things. They kind of wanted to keep it. It's got to be a change, you know. The 14 to 15 Camaro was a lot different than the 12 to the 14 or 10 to 13, and this is the same. I'm gonna ride with Camaro. I had somebody call me out and said I was giving them a pass. It was actually a pretty good point. I credit you for saying that. The car is still a Camaro, and I do kind of give them a pass for that the more I thought about it. I didn't like this car behind me when I first saw it. I thought, man, it still looks like the 5th gen. Why'd you even redo it? I was kind of hoping for more of a 70s themed car, and I didn't get it. And, you know, after I saw him and drove him, whatever, I bought it. And I think the same thing will happen to a lot of people. The people that maybe weren't buying the 16, 17, 18s, Chevrolet thought, man, we got to try something different, get a new crowd. So they threw a 4-cylinder in it and started competing with SIs all the way up to some of the faster cars out there. You watch, that 4-cylinder is going to run with some bad stuff. But, you know, again, new crowd, turbo 4-cylinder tuner crowd, maybe got those. And then, you know, they do the other stuff to it. You know, they give it the 10-speed that the Mustangs got, because Ford and Chevy co-developed those transmissions, and you knew it was coming to the Camaro. Now you got that. You know, a couple other little gimmicks to get you to buy them, whatever, but it's going to probably get some new people. You know, believe it or not, I've got people in my inbox, and that's the whole reason I made this video today, was that I had a lot of people reaching out to me, asking me about the Camaro. People that had already seen my video, because my video is actually tracking okay. It's not killing it like Lethal. I mean, Lethal, 9,000 views almost immediately. That dude was on top of the Camaro video. But for a small channel like mine, my video is already at 500 or 600 views. And if you haven't seen it, go watch my time that I went live and kind of my initial reaction. You'll probably see that my story's changing a little bit. Call it Chevy Homer, call it GM Homer, whatever you want to call it. That's part of it. But it's also because the car behind me, when I first saw them, I didn't like them. And now I own one and am absolutely infatuated with my car. I'm never selling it. This car that I keep, well, never's a strong word, but I've had this car 2 years and it's never even crossed my mind. And for a guy that's had like 32 cars, that's a big deal. So, yeah, I don't know. The Camaro video anyway was brought by necessity, brought by you guys fueling me to make another one, getting into the more of the specifics and some of the reasons that I'm still riding with Chevy. I mean, I always have, I always will. I've been a Camaro guy since I was a little kid. I had a 1990 IROC-Z. The IROC-Z had a 150 shot of nitrous. That car was fast. It ran like low 13 at altitude. We're at 4,500 feet. And then I had a 98 Z28. It had the automatic. And then I've had a 5th gen, my 14.1 LE that was built up. And then I've had this car, which is by far and away more than I ever thought I'd have. But I didn't love this car when I got it. Now I've got a car I'll never ever give up. And I'm giving Camaro a chance. So some of the details, like I said about the car, guys, you know, 10-speed transmission, some of the gimmicks, some of the other things they were giving it, I'm still with the car. I still think it's going to do well. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. And let me know what you think about the fact that we made another 2019 Camaro video. But I really feel like it was warranted. I mean, like I said, the response was crazy. As bad as people seem to hate it, there was a lot of people asking me what I thought. A lot of people sending me other pictures that they had seen and stuff that, you know, the rolling shots where the guy saw it on the freeway. And I got 5 different people that sent me that saying, hey, did you see this one? So clearly it's still on the brain and everybody's wanting to talk about the Camaro. And so if you're going to talk about the Camaro, you should do it with Camaro people, me being one of those Camaro people. Lethal Camaro, I saw him put up another one about it. Loved his video. Good job, Lethal. 15 minutes long, and I loved all of it. I mean, good information. So spurred me to make mine. I want people to know what I think because I'm going to be known as Camaro Jared. I had a neighbor, Robin, if you watch this ever, thank you. She called me Camaro Jared one day, and I started thinking about that. I'm like, you know what? I am Camaro Jared. So if anybody's talking about it, I'm going to be talking about it too. Hope you guys are hanging out with me, at least for a little bit of it. Detroit Speed, spoiler alert. I've also got a video. I'm going to pace it until tomorrow, but a big deal, something really cool is happening, and I want to put that video up quick. I may do it today. If you guys see 2 notifications from RedRacer today, it's not a hoax. We got a lot of videos coming up, a lot of things on the brain, and I'm recording all of it now. So check them out. Jared RedRacer video. Thanks for riding with me, guys. Like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. For those of you who have helped me out, thank you. Thanks for being here to this point. See you on the next one.